So, summary. In traditional cultures, self-denial is the heroic narrative, okay? Putting the community first. Being who you are instructed to be for the greater good, for the good of family, for the good of community. In our culture, self-assertion is the heroic narrative. You decide who you want to be, and then you exert who you want to be on society, and then it's society's job to accept and affirm and celebrate and to accommodate you somehow, okay? Now, I hope you see, these are vastly different frameworks for achieving a sense of self and a sense of self-worth. And the implications really are endless. But those are the two primary options that you have when you're talking about identity formation. Now, over the last few weeks, I've been trying to figure out why Jacob is a character that I resonate with so much, okay? And, just to be honest, to be fair, I'm not the only one, okay? I've had conversations with many of you, and you've said, hey, Jacob's one of my favorite characters in the Bible, too. Why is that? We've been talking about it for 4 or 5 weeks now. Jacob, as I have said, is not an admirable character whatsoever. He's not a role model. I mean, he's a despicable person. So what's going on here? I think his attraction has to do with what I just talked about, okay? Because look, Jacob was born in a traditional culture. He was born in a traditional culture, but he absolutely refused to play that game. He wouldn't settle for a second-born position. He wouldn't settle for a mediocre life. He wouldn't allow family and community expectations dictate his behavior. He was a rebel and an individualist. And he would fit quite comfortably, I think, into a culture like ours. It comes back to what I said in the first sermon in the series. Jacob is you, Jacob is me. And here's the truth. When it comes to identity formation, neither the traditional framework nor the modern, postmodern framework is adequate for a believer in Jesus Christ. We see that in our story for today. Jacob wrestling with God, or more accurately, God wrestling with Jacob, because it's God who jumps Jacob in the middle of the night, right? Jacob wrestling with God, or God wrestling with Jacob, shows us that our true identity is given to us and rooted in God. This is despite what our culture tells us. Despite what our culture tells us, any identity that you construct or develop for yourself is going to come up short. It's going to leave you unsatisfied. It's going to leave you disillusioned. It's going to leave you unfulfilled, okay? You need someone to name you. You need someone to name you.